Faithful citizens, stay calm, stay tuned, stay indistinguishable.
Good evening, citizens of Hive Gloriana. This is your sanctioned voice, speaking once more across the blessed static. We bring tidings of radiance, revelation, and mild structural instability. And there are lights beneath the hive. They appeared 3 nights ago, soft at first like dawn through coolant vapor. Now they grow bright enough to see through the cracks in the ferrocrete. The authorities assure us that there is no danger and have stopped blinking entirely, which is statistically reassuring. They call it an energy anomaly. The faithful call it the hand of Saint Odranna the Dissolved. Before her canonization by accident, Odranna was a modest glass worker in Manufactorum Theta Prime, known mostly for her ability to keep her eyebrows despite working beside plasma torches. During the third power shortage, an event still officially described as unexpectedly enthusiastic, Odranna slipped, tripped, or was gently nudged, reports vary, witnesses don't, into a vat of molten lumen fuel. She was, by all measurable standards, instantly and unequivocally vaporized. This should have been the end of her story, but her ashes refused to cooperate. For 3 full days her drifting particles glowed in the vents, humming with a warmth no engineer could explain and no priest dared to question. Pilgrims gathered, inhaling what amounted to highly inspirational occupational residue, swearing that her swirling dust spelled out blessings, although most of those blessings look suspiciously like thermal distortion. The ecclesiarchy, never one to waste a perfectly good tragedy, declared her a saint on the grounds that anything that shines for 3 days straight must be holy. The Manufactorum immediately reclassified the incident from catastrophic safety failure to miraculous ignition event, thus avoiding all fines, reparations, and awkward conversations about handrails. Now Odranna the Dissolved stands as patroness of illumination, ignition, radiant inspiration, and any workplace accident that upper management would prefer to call divine intervention rather than negligence. Pilgrims still visit the vents where her ashes once drifted, though maintenance crews insist that most of what they're venerating now is just dust, soot, and decades of unwashed ductwork. It teaches us that faith is flexible when it needs to be, especially when the truth is inconvenient. Civic announcements. Attendance at community gatherings has reached record highs. Entire families now travel together into the lower levels to see the glow. Though officially discouraged, many citizens report feeling renewed faith afterwards. Faith not of fear, but of belonging. The Administratum reminds us that mass gatherings are not heretical if properly documented. Please record the names of all participants before joining the Hymn of Light. Documentation ensures salvation, and salvation is data integrity. Meanwhile, the Upper Hab districts remain without power. Technicians have been dispatched, but the Vox channels from that area have gone quiet. Silence can be holy, so do not mistake absence for abandonment. Industrial report. Manufactoria output has tripled. There is talk of divine coordination. Machines working before they're touched, servitors completing tasks ahead of command, showing initiative rarely seen outside of insubordination. The Mechanicus refuses to explain this new efficiency, stating only that the Animus machine has accepted new parameters. One Mechanicus Grimwright described the phenomenon as symphonic. He then removed his Vox implant, began twitching, and attempted to plug himself into a prayer terminal. He achieved enlightenment and partial liquefaction. Community Faith Bulletin. The Chapel of Beneath Light is nearing completion. constructed entirely from reclaimed metal, discarded armor plating, and at least 7 pilgrims, it now houses nearly 2,000 worshippers at any hour. The sermons are brief, the hymns wordless, and all are welcome. Pilgrims describe the preacher as radiant, although no record exists of his name or whether he has a height. He speaks rarely, but when he does, listeners report the sensation of being seen through. They describe it as mercy, and the sound has been designated benign. Benign is defined, as ever, by how far away you are standing. Public confessions.
Forgive me, Father. I've stopped being afraid of the dark. It sings to me now. It knows my name, and it says it right.
Forgive me. I saw the lights move. Not flicker, move. They reached for me, and I reached back. I think I found family.
Forgive me, Father. The people under the floor say I'm special. They said I have just enough blood to share.
How beautiful, how communal. You will all be absolved, thoroughly, efficiently, and probably from the inside out. Now, keep your hands where they can be seen, keep your hearts where they can be reached, and remember, confession cleanses the soul, but the cleanup crew is getting tired. Maintenance Bulletin. The Vox channels between upper and lower sectors are merging. We are hearing voices that do not correspond to any known transmitter. At first, the Departamento Communicatus called it interference. Now, they are calling it communion. The lights flicker as I speak. I can almost hear them humming beneath the words. Perhaps the Vox remembers how to sing. Missing persons report. The following citizens have been removed from the rolls due to transfiguration of purpose. Cogitarch Enoch Thule, last recorded utterance. The song no longer requires translation, only surrender. Overseer Lyra Hev, who developed the ability to conduct ambient machinery through interpretive dance. Sister Bursar Althea Vaughan, who had declared, "I have found the true light, and it smiles." And the entire 4th shift of Manufactorum Beta Primus, who collectively requested unpaid metamorphosis leave and have not been cited since. Their machinery remains active, producing something that does not match any known pattern of requisition. If you see them, do not fear. If they call your name, answer. You are not lost. You are becoming relevant. Faith Report. Faith levels are immeasurable. All hymns converge into a single tone that warms metal, bends walls, and occasionally causes spontaneous rapture in the inhabitants of the protein banks. The ecclesiarchy has declared a temporary suspension of orthodox until the phenomenon subsides. But it will not subside. It grows. It joins. It loves. Devotional reading. From the Book of the Many Hands, verse 1. When the light comes from below, do not shield your eyes, for it does not burn. It embraces. It does not judge. It remembers. The flesh is the hymn, and the hymn is louder every day. Ah, such comfort. A verse that reminds us that even when the floor begins to glow and the walls start whispering your full name, middle initial and all, there's really no reason to panic. The light isn't here to hurt you. It's just redecorating. You see, dear listeners, every embrace leaves a mark, sometimes a burn, sometimes an extra set of fingers. But isn't that what faith is? Letting the divine leave fingerprints where your sense of self used to be? So, if the hymn is getting louder, rejoice. That's not tinnitus, that's progress. The flesh sings, the bones keep time, and the faithful provide harmony in whatever key their remaining throats allow. And remember, if the light remembers you, it's rude not to remember it back. After all, eternity is long, and it's best to be on speaking terms with whatever's waiting under the floor. Weather report. The lower levels remain beautifully overcast with a fine drizzle of conductive ash. Visibility is limited to about 3 meters or 1 confession, whichever comes first. Please refrain from describing the shapes you see in the mist. The shapes can hear you now. Mid-habs report a light, pleasant fall of powdered ferrocrete, ideal for exfoliation or slow suffocation, depending on your devotion and the fit of your breathing mask. Air quality is officially listed as edible, although citizens are advised to chew reverently. In the upper districts, the sky continues to glow a faint, impossible color. The Ministry of Explanation assures us that this hue does not exist, and therefore cannot harm you. Should you begin to perceive it, simply close your eyes and hum the approved hymn of denial until the hallucination passes, or joins you. Down below, near the Chapel of Beneath Light, temperatures are inconsistent. Some report a blessed warmth rising from the cracks, others a bone-deep chill that whispers, "Stay." Either way, it's good weather for faith, pliable, moist, and quietly hungry. Wind speeds remain variable, mostly due to all of the breathing. The faithful will gather, the song will rise, and the hive will awaken. And so concludes tonight's transmission, faithful citizens of Hive Gloriana. You have listened. You have endured. You have been remarkably still. The Vox thanks you for your obedience. The walls thank you for your warmth. Whatever that sound is behind you, ignore it. It's only the city thinking. I am your humble host Servitor 241, and this is Vox Sanctum, signing off. We leave you now in the gentle care of the static. It will watch over you. It always has. And if the light beneath your floor begins to glow, don't be alarmed. It's just the hive saying good night. We are all one voice now. We are all sanctified. We are all heard. Ave Pater Inferus. Host Servitor 241 was played by Richard Roberts. Today's penitents were Kate Madison, Eva-Marie Becker, and Cornelia Sunding. Vox Sanctum Gloriana is an Evil Lighthouse production.